basically I really wanted to do this Facebook Live just to kind of help you guys, let you ask any questions that you might have and cover some topics that are going to be of interest. So I've had quite a few questions lately from some of my clients, from people that are in my Facebook group, so I thought I would do a live where you guys can ask me in person some of your questions, and if it's okay at the end then we're going to go through a special offer I'm running and I'm super excited about, so I will save that for the end. So a first question actually I've been asked by 2 people this week is, what are good carbs? And this is really important because a lot of people think, when we talk about weight loss, they think that we should really cut carbs out of our diets, and that's not the case. So when we're talking about good carbs, we've got things like rice, potatoes, whole wheat pastas, wholemeal bread is fine, fruits, couscous, we've got rice cakes, oat cakes, so they're all okay, really great sources of carbohydrate, and really important to keep in our diets. So please don't think you have to cut them out. Just eating the right kind of carbs can increase your performance, enhance your fat loss, and just overall make you feel better, because I know for a fact that when I've cut carbs in the past, it makes me feel really awful. So next question, how much water should I be drinking? And this is a really good question because I really recommend that you hit at least 2 litres a day. For some people that's really easy, for some people it's not so easy. I would say keep the 2 litres separate to any teas or coffees or other beverages that you've got. So definitely hit 2 litres of water. Some people don't like just drinking water on its own, so sugar-free squash is fine, or you can put things like lemon in there or cucumber just to give it a bit of flavour. Now I personally have 4 litres of water a day, and I drink at least 1.5 litres of that when I'm working out, so I think between 2 to 3 litres is a good base for you guys to start. Hayley, you've just asked, what's a good post-workout meal? Okay, so post-workout, especially if you've been lifting weights, which Hayley I know that you do, we want to make sure that you get a good amount of protein in there and a good amount of carbs. So your post-workout meals can differ depending if it's like a proper meal time, so if you've worked out before dinner or before lunch, or if it's really more of a snack that you're looking for post-workout just to tie you over to your lunch or dinner. So let's cover the snacks, what you can have post-workout. So a really easy one is a protein shake and a banana. Bang, you've got your protein, you've got your carbs, really sorted. So the reason why we have protein in there is to help your muscles recover and repair, so they're ready to go for the next workout. The reason why we have carbs in there is to restore the glycogen that's being depleted in the muscles during the workout. So they're the reasons. You can have Greek yogurt that's protein and carbs. You could have your protein shake and rice cakes. If you're having a bit more of a main meal, then I would say any lean proteins. So you've got chicken, lean beef, fish, things like that that are really nice and quick. And then choose your carb source from the list I've said before. So you could have a chicken stir fry, you can have really simple chicken and rice, or chicken and potato, or tuna baked potato. There's such a list, and I really recommend, Hayley, that you get a variety, because you get a whole load of different micronutrients in each nutritional source, but also you don't want to get bored, so I'd mix it up. And yeah, I really hope that's answered your question. Always great to have a banana in your gym bag. So Ali, hi, is there a best time of day to work out? And that's a really good question. The answer is no, not really. You've got to do what works for you. So some people really like working out in the morning, and that's great because it fires you up for your day ahead. Some people like working out after work. In the day would be a dream, but most of us have to work now. So I would say you have to work out when you can and when you feel best. So I know that A lot of men don't necessarily like working out in the mornings because they feel like they need to have some food in them, have something to eat first, which is fine. I personally like working out in the mornings, in the evenings, whenever. So I hope that's answered your question, Ali. Basically, when you've got, you know, a spare half hour, I just would make sure that you schedule it in so that you know that you're fitting it in for the day. Okay, Sam. Hi, Sam. Is there a set time to eat and a set number of times a day to eat? Again, a really great question, and this comes up all the time. So there's not really a set time to eat, okay? And overall, the theory of weight loss is how many calories you are eating in the day, okay? So whether you personally split that up into 2 meals, 3 meals, or 5 meals is completely up to you. But it's the overall calories that we've got to basically be careful of. So personally, I recommend my clients to eat 3 square meals a day and 2 snacks. The reason being is so that their blood sugar levels can kind of stay nice and maintained, so you're not crashing and ready to kind of grab anything you can and some chocolate or some biscuits, which are kind of a quick fix sugar craving. So that's my personal recommendation to you guys, is to kind of have 5 meals in the day. That's kind of made up of 3 main meals, 2 snacks, just so that you're kind of stabilizing your energy levels and how you feel. But again, overall, Sam, it's the amount of calories in the day, so be careful. Okay, next question I have here is from Juliet, and she says, hiya, I have finally started going to the gym and eating better after the little kiddo was born. So she's 2 years old now, Juliet's little one. Any recommendations for stomach exercises? I now have a belly pouch and love handles I'm not used to. And I've heard that sit-ups could make it worse, but I'm not sure if that is true. Okay, first of all, Juliet, your little one is absolutely amazing. She is so cute. And again, this is something I come across quite a lot. I work with loads of women, and lots of them have had babies. So any recommendations for stomach exercises? Let's first of all just clarify that the key to fat loss is not by doing sit-ups or anything like that, and there's no reason to do sit-ups or ab exercises if you're not training overall and you're not looking after your nutrition, because basically the key to kind of seeing those abs is fat loss. Okay, so we need to make sure we're doing resistance training, we've got some cardio in there, and the nutrition is on point. But to come back to that question directly, recommendations for stomach exercises, there are so many, and it really depends if you're working out at home or a gym. But I will make a Facebook post about this. I will also do a YouTube video on my top tips. Ah, Juliet. I'll make a video for you guys because I love training core, and I think that there are so many great exercises you can do at home. If you haven't downloaded my free fat loss guide already, especially you, Juliet, I think you should, because there's some kind of really key basic tips in there for overall fat loss. And then my favourite ab exercises, the plank is great. It's really good for your core. You can do crunches, that's not going to harm you at all. You can do leg raises, these are all ones at home. You can do Russian twists without a weight. So they're the ones you can do at home. Some extra ones you can do in the gym. You can do ab rollouts, you can do rope crunches, which are probably my fave. You can do hanging leg raises. So I hope, Juliet, that's given you a bit more of an idea. And as I said, I will make a separate YouTube video on that for you. Lee, hi Lee, I think you're downstairs somewhere, aren't you? So, should I be eating a quick release superfood straight after the gym? Okay, a quick release, and this, okay, we're getting a bit more technical now, so bear with me if you're a beginner. But basically, yes, Lee, for, you know, you guys who are really focusing on building muscle after the gym, you guys have depleted your body, okay, and you've depleted your muscles really hard, and you want to restore them. Oh, a sugar, not a super. A sugar release. So for you guys, you can afford to have some instant sugar and some simple carbs, okay, which is more sugars, after the gym. So you could have and this is for men mainly and some women, but please don't take this out of context, you could have a protein shake and some sweets, okay, because they are simple sugars, simple carbs that are going to come back into your body and really restore that glycogen. You also have to account for it in your calorie allowance, but because I know you, Lee, and I know your calories are never ending, you can definitely afford to do that, and I think that that will really help the muscles to grow. You're also kind of giving yourself an instant energy kick straight after the gym, so you're going to feel better afterwards as well. So yeah, simple carbs are fine after the gym. If you are going to eat them, then that's the best time to do it. Ali's saying, I want some sugar. Spelt wrong, love that. Okay, so the best form of cardio, is it HIIT or is it LISS? Again, good question. So the best form of cardio is really dependent on every body type, and I've researched it loads, and I've had so many different conversations with people, and really I would recommend doing your HIIT cardio, which is the high intensity interval training, plus the LISS cardio, okay, and having that combination of the two is going to make sure that you're really kind of hitting it from both angles, maintaining your cardiovascular levels. That's really important for your heart health, okay, and this is again something that we just focus on too much of, focusing on how we look instead of the health benefits, okay, so a mixture of both is going to be great. Do HIIT and LISS, incorporate them both into your routine. HIIT can be 10 minutes of sprints at the end of your session, guys, so I'm not talking about, you know, spending ages and ages on cardio. Again, it depends on your goals. I'm flying through your questions here, there's so many. I really hope that I'm giving them a good answer. So, what do you prefer, whey protein or a vegan mix? I've heard that whey protein can bloat you. Maddie, what a good question. Your questions are coming through so quickly, I think I'm missing some, but in answer to that, it really depends. And I've had clients that are not good on whey protein, and they have tried vegan protein, and it is much better for them for that exact reason. They are finding that the whey protein doesn't sit right with them. It is causing bloating, it is causing some problems, and basically they've had to cut it out, and they're now trying a vegan blend, and it seems to be much better for them. So I think it's really personal if you have to try these things. I'm personally okay with whey. I don't really have a problem with it, so that's okay for me. I think you've got to just see how your body reacts to these things. I hope that answers your question. Valentina, hello my darling, I hope you're feeling better. Should I be cutting out carbs in order to lose weight and body fat? Good question, and my answer is no, okay, and it's really interesting because again, this is a kind of a common misconception in the industry, unfortunately, that everyone has to cut carbs to lose weight. And basically, if you cut any food group out, you're cutting out calories. So that's why some people will probably see results. And there is obviously the keto diet, where they live off protein and fats, which again is fine. If that works for you, then great. I don't think that you have to cut carbs at all. I personally love them. It's not sustainable. Who's going to cut carbs all the time? Yeah, not me. So I've also worked with clients and where I've actually increased their calories, okay? So it's interesting because lots of people think they have to eat less calories, eat less carbs, and a thing called reverse dieting, where a woman might be in a deficit for a long period of time, it's actually kind of damaged their metabolism. So we need to boost that back up. Increasing carbs and increasing calories slightly has actually, I've seen some bodies, and this has actually happened to myself, where you've lost weight and you've lost body fat by increasing your carb level, okay? That's very specific, and I only really, well, you can experiment with yourself if you are brave enough, but I would recommend working with a coach to do that. So don't cut carbs, Valentina, please don't. Kind of keep them high, pre and post workout, you can kind of base them around that. And it is individual to each person. If you've worked out your macros and you've worked out your calories, then you'll know roughly how many carbs you should be having per day. So please go for it. And if you want my help, then let me know, but do not cut carbs. Jade, oh hi, I haven't seen you in ages. You've just had a baby, congratulations. what's the average number of calories that women should eat? Okay, again, great question, because when you set yourself up on things like MyFitnessPal, it's kind of puts in there as a baseline that you should be eating about 1,200 calories, and that is too low, okay? Especially if you're running after a little one all day, you need kind of all the energy that you can get. So what it depends on, Jade, are a few things really, and that's kind of how much you weigh, how tall you are, what activity levels you're doing. There's a few ways that we can work out how many calories you personally should be on. So I never like to, you know, give a set number, because you might be eating slightly different to me, who might be eating slightly different to somebody else. But definitely kind of as a base, I never put my clients on anything under 1,500 calories a day. And we always kind of try and start higher and then decrease slowly, because if you start down here, there's nowhere to move to. So I would say, if you're going to try doing this on your own, download my fat loss guide, but also set your calories higher. Okay, so go for 2,000 and see how you react. Okay, you've got to track it, and then if you're not losing weight on that, then you can take it to 1,800. Okay, and then just keep slowly decreasing. But yeah, I would never go too low, because that can just damage your metabolism. And I know that you're looking after the kids, so you're running around all the time. But again, it's just something to work out according to each person's body type. So sorry I can't give you a definite answer, but I would never want to give you the wrong answer. A question that came through on my Facebook group earlier today was well, basically about weighing yourself. Okay, and this came from a client, and she weighed herself in the week. Okay, and then 2 days later, she was eating well, she was exercising, and she put on 2 pounds. Now, she was distraught, as you can imagine, but I had to assure her that weight loss, especially for women, is very, very temperamental. Okay, and I know one morning I woke up, I think it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, I weighed myself, and I weighed 4 pounds lighter when I weighed myself at 10 o'clock. So it was just really, really, you know, weird to have lost 4 pounds in basically 4 hours. So don't take weight as everything. I would really suggest taking photos, taking measurements, and that's how you track progress, okay? And don't weigh yourself any more than once a week, women. There's no point. The best way is pictures. You might be putting on a bit of muscle, you might be retaining a bit of water, and that's fine, okay? So honestly, once a week, weigh yourself in the morning before food and drink, and just track it like that. But other than that, don't weigh yourself, okay? Okay, Madeline, would you recommend lifting weights in the morning? And if so, what would you recommend to eat beforehand? I have no energy in the evening, and I hate a crowded gym. Crowded gyms are the worst. Okay, lifting weights in the morning, Mads. So I would really, in the morning, I would presume you don't want to eat a lot, and you're not going to have too much time between eating and then going to the gym. So I recommend something simple like a banana, an apple if you prefer, and some peanut butter, just something like that. If you really can't stomach food, then a protein shake is fine, but I really would try and get some carbs in there. But again, it just depends how long in between you have between eating and the gym. So you could have some Greek yogurt and some berries just to kind of give you a bit of a boost. It's not too heavy. So yeah, the main thing, the key thing I would personally go for is a banana, because there's loads of energy. And it's really quick and easy to grab and go. Is there a time I should stop eating by, and does the eating late affect weight loss? Okay, good question. So again, it kind of comes back to the point I made for Sam, and really it's the overall amount of calories in the day that you should really kind of watch. Now, some people can cope with eating later and it won't affect them, they can sleep well, it doesn't affect them at all. Other people don't like eating late because they just find it really affects their sleep. So Val, in that sense, if you still have, say, 200 calories left and you want to have a snack at 9 o'clock at night, that shouldn't affect things too much, especially I know that sometimes you go to the gym quite late. So you've got to find that works for you. I mean, so long as you stick within your overall calories for the day, then it shouldn't affect your progress in terms of weight loss and fat loss. And just kind of obviously be careful what you are eating so late, because you don't want it to sit too heavy, you know, just before you go to bed. Lee, juice diets, surely there are less calories in the drinks? Good question, and it's something that I get faced with every day. You know, juice diets and skinny pills, they don't work, okay? And the thing is, we are sold by marketing that we should have meal replacement shakes, and I think I've seen them and they have roughly 250 calories in per drink. So something I would say to you guys is, would you rather drink 250 calories or would you rather eat 250 calories? Because you can make 250 calories go quite far with quite a lot of food if you're eating the right things. But be careful on those kind of diets where you do meal replacement shakes, because the whole point of them is that your calories are actually quite low, to a point that if you did it for a long period of time, it could be quite dangerous to your health. So I personally don't agree with them. You know, you don't need to have them for weight loss. You certainly can make some food really quickly and easily, just as easy as it is to grab a shake and go. So, you know, really good question. And, you know, there's no shortcut. There really isn't. The key to overall weight loss is calorie control. Okay, so eat well, get your exercise in, keep your calories kind of within a certain point that works for you, and you don't need to be doing these kind of juice diets. Definitely not. Jade, do I do weekly meal plans? Yes, I do, girl. So I will talk about that in a mo. Juliet has said, what's the best gym routine for cardio and resistance? So again, it's definitely going to differ between men and women. So let's just focus on you, because you are a woman, Juliet. What I do recommend is the mixture between resistance and cardio. Okay, so you can get your kind of weights in, you can get your cardio in afterwards, or you can do it at the same time with some circuits. So it really depends. But what I recommend, Julia, is checking out my YouTube, because I've got loads of videos on there so far of some quite easy routines that you can get going with, and then you can kind of get your cardio in after. So check those out. I'll be filming loads more. Charlene, I have a really big sweet tooth and chocolate is my downfall. What is a healthier alternative? Great question, because I am a chocoholic too. I have a massive sweet tooth, so I am with you there, girl. So instead of chocolate, I mean, let's just get one thing straight, okay? You don't have to cut out chocolate all the time, okay? You really don't. So I think what you need to kind of monitor is how many calories you're having. Can you have chocolate sometimes? Yes, you can. But in alternatives to that, you could make a chocolate mug cake. Okay, chocolate protein mug cakes are my fave at the mo. I've actually just scheduled, I've got a post going out about those tomorrow. So check them out on my Instagram. Make sure you make one, because trust me, girls, these things are amazing. They're like chocolate mug cakes, full of protein, not many carbs, and they're just amazing. You can have protein bars and things like that. What I do find is, if I'm craving some chocolate, I'll have, say, a couple of squares of dark chocolate, because they have better antioxidant qualities. And because it's so dark and a bit bitter, you know, a couple of squares is good and I'm done, rather than going for the dairy milk and eating the whole bar, because let's face it, who can just have 2 squares? So I hope that helps. Strawberries are great because they're sweet, but they're really low calorie. So, you know, if you just want something to satisfy that sweet tooth, Charlene, that's great. Options hot chocolate, Mint Madness one is amazing. You can get those in the little sachets or the big pots, but they are just so great because they're low calorie hot chocolate and they are really chocolatey. So out of everything I've kind of been trying and searching for that's a better alternative to help kill my sweet cravings, that's a good one. And then the final recommendation for killing some sweet cravings, I would say, is sugar-free jelly, which is great because, again, it's such low calorie and you can eat so much of it. And then you can get some like low-fat squirty cream. So, you know, a tiny bit of that on top of some jelly. Again, it's just a really nice sweet treat or dessert after dinner, keeping the calories down. So I hope that helps. Sarah, A question from my mum. Hi Lorraine. If protein powder doesn't agree with you, how do you increase your protein? Okay, good question. So we did cover, I know you guys weren't on yet, but we did cover the whole whey protein, vegan protein thing. So give the vegan protein a go. I know that you guys have actually ordered some. Increasing your protein. Okay, so any lean meat is protein. Fish, lean beef, chicken, turkey, prawns, tuna, salmon, anything like that is full of protein. So try and have that at lunchtime and at dinner. Cheese is protein, so you know, try and get that in. You can have chicken slices, which are snacks. Greek yogurt is really good, guys. You know, it's a small pot can have like 20 grams of protein in, so don't overlook that. And eggs in the morning are a really great option. So there's so many different foods that you can have to get your protein intake up. What I would say for you guys, because again I know you're tracking how much you're having per day, is the night before just plan for the next day and just see where you are in terms of hitting your protein kind of target. But yeah, I would just say increase the lean meats at protein and at lunch. Get some cheeses in there. You can have some lean hams, lean chicken and turkey slices. You can put those in, you know, your salads or your sandwiches. Charlene loves cheese. So yeah, you know, it can be sometimes difficult to hit your protein intake, so just flip it on its head, plan for the next day, and you know, and just think about it. You should be able to work these numbers out and work the nutrition, you know, around to fit your protein intake for the day. Really wanted to just briefly talk to you about an offer I'm running. Lots of you will know that I run a 12-week transformation program, and I've worked with, you know, hundreds of women now on weight loss and fat loss, basically body transformation programs. And you know, blowing my own trumpet, but you know, I absolutely love doing it, and it's my passion. And what frustrated me for so long was all of these fad diets going around, and all, you know, so many kind of myths that aren't true, cutting carbs, cutting fats, cutting calories, that I just had such a passion to help women lose weight and achieve their goals in the right way. And what really kind of I found really helped women was having a coach to be accountable to. So, you know, you can go and get an ebook, and that's great. And, you know, I really hope my fat loss ebook helped you guys. I'll put the link on my Facebook page afterwards. But having a coach to be accountable to and check in every kind of week, one-on-one, really helped them succeed. So basically, running a deal today, it's normally £399 for a 12-week transformation. I promise you it is worth the money. So we're running it today for £199. Okay, you get a personalised exercise program, whether that's at the gym or at home. You get a personalised nutrition program, and you know, that's really tailored to you. So if there are, you know, your calories, your macros are worked out, giving you a suggested food plan. You also get a supplement guide, one-on-one support, weekly check-ins. You can email me whenever you like if you have a question. And basically, you know, I want to build up the relationship with you and work with you really closely over the 12 weeks to achieve your goals. So I've got like kind of loads of success stories. If you work with me for 2 weeks, okay, and you don't necessarily feel like we're clicking or you're achieving the right results, then I will give you your full money back, no questions asked. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing that offer is because I know that we will get results together. I just know it. Okay, I've not had a client drop out in the past 5 years that I've been doing this, so I know that hopefully we won't have one drop out now. The second thing, and what's a really important part of the process for many people, is that the information is so great, okay, and you know, I've done so much research and I'm fully qualified and I can give you all the information under the sun, but really it's the accountability and working with me one-on-one that most women find is the kind of key to success. Okay, and what's really important for you guys is I don't want you to do the 12-week transformation program and it's great and you've achieved your goals and you then go off on your own and, you know, don't then maintain your results, because that's not a lifestyle. So the whole point is I set you up for success. You invest in the 12 weeks and then you can maintain your results without me afterwards for, you know, the rest of your life, hopefully. So that's the plan. And I also want you, you know, to feel really comfortable with me and know that I'm, you know, here to help you and basically guide you along your journey. So I've just put the link in the comments box. Do check it out. Just, you know, see the offer. There's loads more information on there as to what you get. There's also some free bonuses on there, just because I'm feeling nice today. So do check it out. Sarah, oh, you're doing my plan and you think it's brilliant. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really enjoy working with you and your mum. And I also work with Sarah's sister, Natalie. So I think that proves how successful you guys have been, because I'm now working with the whole family. So love that. Basically, you know, it works out to be like £16 a week. So honestly, guys, take advantage. You can't get a personal trainer for that money. And I work with a whole range of women. Some have allergies, some don't, some are older, some are younger, some have injuries. So, you know, we really create a plan that's bespoke to you. I really hope that you've enjoyed my Facebook Live. It's my first one, so I was really nervous, but you guys have been great. I will do more of these. Let me know if you liked it. Please, you know, comment on my page or send me a message afterwards. And, you know, hopefully we do one a week and see where we get. But I've really enjoyed answering all of your questions, and I will see you all soon.